it's an all open discussion, as it were. So a very valuable point. Don't say anything to someone that you wouldn't be willing to say to their face.
Well, however you communicate with a team is how they're going to communicate with you. So if you're not direct with people, what are you then? You're passive aggressive. And if you've ever worked for a passive aggressive boss, it's the worst, right? It's just the worst. You don't know what you're dealing with. But if you're that way, your team will be passive aggressive to you, right? They won't tell you the truth to your face, right? They might say sir to you a little more often, where you know what that means, right? That's just a middle finger is all that is. So however,
it's the with all due respect, sir. You're like, oh, here we go.
what is a manager like? If you really want to innovate and you really need to grow a team, you need candor. You need people to be direct with you. You need them to tell you the truth, right? You need them to be honest with you. But if you can't give that first, why should you expect they're going to do that for you? If you can't be real, if you can't be direct, you need them to be honest with you. You need people that work for you to tell you when something's not working, or to tell you maybe you haven't thought about, the other side of this, or maybe you haven't thought, about a couple of negative repercussions of that decision. And you can't blow up. You can't get upset. You can't, say, I spent weeks thinking of this, right? You got to just kind of think about it and say, oh God, I'm glad you kind of brought that up. That would have been embarrassing to roll that out and then have to pull it back. Right.
Oh, it's so much worse. My very intelligent dad that I was talking about before used to say misinformation is worse than no information.
Yeah.
Misinformation, you'll do exactly what you just said, which is run down the wrong direction. And not only do we have to stop at some point, we have to go all the way back to the junction where we decided to do this thing anyway, and then probably go another direction. So there's 2 levels of time wastage and reputation damage in all of that as well. Yeah, I can definitely relate to what you're talking about there.